Man, I know I ain't shit. Oh, I couldn't help myself. I remembered that shit right when I wanted to fucking make it. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna put that on now. Fuck. So, dude, I had an idea. And as per usual, I act off my spontaneity and within the moment. So, yeah, I just had a fight this weekend. I typically don't like talking about my shit because it's not strictly like boxing rule sets I be fighting under. So I tend to not try to talk about that shit because we strictly boxing here. Yes, I compete in kickboxing and MMA because the boxing scene here is kind of defunct. So I do this to get fights. And yeah, I be fighting under these rule sets and I be boxing and they be trying to do everything else. It was a second round stoppage and I felt like going over some key points on it. I guess just watching the fight, calling the action, and I guess reviewing some specific things that I had within the game plan based off of what I seen in film, and then we can kind of slow some shit down and go over it in that form of fashion. So I thought this would be a good idea. I'm probably gonna weigh the idea as to whether or not I should upload this or not, and I'm gonna go from there. So I originally was gonna fight a different op, and I knew that like right at the tail end of September. Yeah, I was gonna fight a different op, and I was doing film on them and whatnot. And this is how I do my analysis. Everybody does their analysis differently. I just like to separate it into 4 easy to follow categories, and how many things you notate or add is dependent upon your skill level or how accustomed you are to doing this, and so on and so forth. So take that as you will. But this was my original one that I watched film on, and I was drilling according to that for a couple weeks until this op pulled out the fight about a week and a half before. So this became completely invalidated, and then I got a replacement op. So the question becomes, how do you still do analysis to prepare for a short notice fight or opponent change? Even if you still do watch film on the last minute, you won't have the time to drill real extensively in a week. At that point, your prep is your prep. So how do you shift or pivot to change to adjust that? I remember I got this information from Coach Barry Robinson. I remember was it one of his instructions? No, it was some shit, I think, on this Patreon I came across. And he was talking about it, and he was saying, whether or not you have analysis or film study on a person, there are certain things that are always going to be present. There are certain fundamentals that are always going to be ever present in any matchup. Jab defense, disengaging from the momentum, and controlling when the 50-50s are initiated. Those 3 things are the unshakable pillars in fights. Now, that's about as far as I'm going to get into that shit, because that y'all should be able to understand boxing to adequate enough basis now where you understand first order jab defense, second order, so on and so forth, understanding when to disengage, and controlling distance or dictating the terms of when a 50-50 is initiated, that type of shit. I'm not about to do all that, splicing and shit. I want to keep my sanity today. I will gladly lose my sanity next month when I edit the other shit. So let's just go over the film that I was able to find on a weekend and some change notice, and I will tell you in real time what the fuck I saw. So I'm literally just gonna tell you what I earnestly thought while trying to be somewhat respectful. Cause he's a cool kid, man. He was all right kid after the fact. But when I watch this shit, when I'm speaking about him, I'm speaking in terms of skill. And when I went to watch this shit, I was like, oh, the dude he fought just was more ass than him. Like, it was ass versus worse ass from a skill standpoint. Cause, bro, he has no jab defense. His hands by his waist. He's doing his fucking taekwondo pendulum bounce. He's darting in and out of 50-50s. He's pulling from everything onto his rear leg. And even still, against this dude that has nothing for him, he's throwing big spinning shit and winging him. Just because it's not hurting him, bro, getting hit is getting hit. I don't give a fuck. But he's just wading into 50-50s, throwing big shit. His punch form is abysmal. He doesn't know how to fight in the inside because his head is on a fucking pole. It was more so me becoming annoyed as a technician watching this. As a technician, it kind of like I didn't even write anything down for this. I just kind of watched it. You know, he's young, he's strong, he's full of piss and vinegar, and this dude here had even less fundamentals than him somehow, throwing big shit, and he just was getting overwhelmed by this younger, stronger kid throwing all this shit. And somehow he'd never trained any fundamentals to know how to deal with some shit like this. Oh my God, bro. I'm just gonna, man. Like, this is genuinely how I felt when I watch. Well, like, because when I'm getting ready for fights, I'm fucked up in the head. Like, I create shit that I know that the person never said. But, bro, when I watched this shit, I was like, man, this what the fuck I'm about to have to deal with. Okay, I got something for that. You know? And I just categorized him as young and strong. Those were the skill sets I gave him. He was young and strong. Because that's the only things that got him through this. It wasn't no actual technical ability. Yeah. So let me show you what I put down as the plan. Yeah, bro, this is it. He's young and strong and wild. So this was the plan. Jab defense, some jab variations, physical controls, advantageous positioning, consistent body work, and counter with combinations. That's it. Now, let me show you what a commitment to those 5 principles look like, and let's just call the shit in 0.8 speed to make it look good so we can call the shit blow by blow. I'll normally do it in full speed, but we're going to slow it down today. Alright, this ain't even going to be long, even in 0.8 speed, so let's just call the shit. So because I knew he was wild and had no clear punch form and threw these erratic ass kicks, I was coming out with my active high guard for the most part. I was going to play the active high guard, nice check hook right there. Active high guard and playing with the cross guard. Dealing with that kick, threw a jab to his chest because I felt like he was going to be squirrely with the head. Ducked to the C slot, tried to time with the same time cross there. He's trying to break my base with the side kicks. He's trying to keep me away from him. Tried him back in the range with my hands up. Kind of turned to defend that left cross. Lead cross, roll under. I couldn't tell what hit me right there. Step over, pull away from that kick. Half step jab, step over in front of him, keeping the hands up. His punch form was so abysmal, I just kind of ducked and smothered into it, threw the cross, rolled underneath, came back with the hook. High hands, step back from that one, threw another one, pulled away from that combination, 2-1 right there. Swivel jab caught him. Staying in front of him, keeping the guard tight. Went to a cross guard right there. Went for the low kick, parried the kick. Got out the way of the 1-2. Step over. Lead cross touched him. Right at the edge of 50-50. He did a weird ass fucking Dominic Cruz ass step. Countered him with the hook off of that wanky ass 1-2 or 2-1. They go another fucking side kick. Drop hand feint. 1-2 did not come off cleanly through the lead cross. Used that to get some physical controls off, to get some body shots. Went to the cross guard. His punch form made it easy for me to get all that shit off. Ducked and smothered. Went into the body shot. Head up tall through the hook up top. Lead cross, step over, body shots, another body shot, 6-3, pin cross, 2-3, dig, 3 up top, another 2. Tried to throw another kick and my arm caught it accidentally. Tried to come back with the hook. He moved over, rear hand pin, swivel, duck, cross, overhand to the 5. Man, it was just a whole lot of fucking shit. A whole lot of shit had just happened real fast because once I closed proximity and I knew he didn't have no inside controls and his punch form, he didn't know how to punch short. I just knew all I need to do was step to him, man. Just step to him, up the pace, touch his body, probe, fire. All that little shit. Yeah, just close proximity. Just being, that's how you pressure though. By staying in proximity and defending shit, that increases the motherfucking anxiety. And it makes them throw more than they want to throw. And you wait until you get into your position. And they'll bag themselves up to the cage or the ropes. And then you can get your best shit off if you are proficient on the inside, if that's what you need to do for the game plan. Yeah, we ain't gonna worry about what these motherfuckers saying. Yeah, that was an alright combination. Yeah, it was alright. Could have been better though. But I ain't gonna turn this into self-deprecation hour though. Control to the swivel, duck, cross. Yeah, I liked it. It's okay, but shit can be better. But we ain't gonna turn this into another one of my shit talking sessions. So I knew I heard him at least twice towards the end of that first round. So the game plan was to continue to put him in the pressure cooker, step to him, up the pace. I knew he was going to try to scurry out, so we're going to have to cut him off. I say probe and jab, having to defend his shit now because he's trying to keep me away from him. He's really trying to keep me away from him because all that shit hurt. But you can't let him escape. Stay in proximity, make him work at a higher pace. He's not even going to be trying to think about being accurate. He's just trying to throw shit to get you off of him. So he's throwing not to hurt you anymore. He's just throwing to survive. So you have to stay calm and defend. 1-2-1, the swivel jab caught him at the end. That shit looked ugly. 3-2 caught him. Got the underhook to work him with the free hand inside. Came with the 5. See the little frame and the crossover. Kind of made all that ineffective strike and not really do much. I probably should have slowed this down more because the shit is happening so fast. But underhook into the 6 again to the body. Kept trying to keep me away from him. He had no jab, brother. Overhand into the 5 just kept landing. Because of the closed stance matchup, the overhand into the 5 just kept tearing him apart. Uppercuts up the middle. And he just didn't know. He didn't have good punch form, bro. He didn't know how to punch short. Eventually, I just started stepping to him, pushing him back into the fence with the high guard. He tried to escape, get right back in front of him. Can't allow you to go anywhere. Threw up a little cross guard. He's still throwing these fucking spinning back kicks. I'm disrespecting my base for a second. I get right back on it to Trident. Hands up, step to him again. Drive him to the fence. Control into the 5. Trying to escape. No, sir. Get right back in front of me. Duck underneath that with the cross guard. Parried that front kick. Pulled away from that 1-2. Overhand. 5. And that was the fight. Yeah, I ain't really think this through or plan this or nothing. I was making this shit up as I went along and kind of doing the analysis. But I guess you kind of got to peek a little bit into how my brain approaches fight preparation a little bit and execution. So I hope some of you motherfuckers took something from this. It ain't much, but every little piece of information, if it helps anybody do something, I don't give a fuck. The game is to be taught, and I'm perfectly fine giving it away. I don't do this shit for money anyways. That's what I go do other shit for. But I am crazy. Yeah, I'm fucked up in the head. Alright, fuck out my face. Bye.